everyone, it's LE Diecast, and we got a few requests to go visit the custom workshop, and I have been working on customs. The issue is I've been working on a big order for a local company, and I have a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't really tell you too much about what we're doing with it. But so that's where all the quality work over here in the workshop goes. It probably seems like I haven't been doing a lot of customs, but to me it seems like I've been doing them non-stop here. But just can't show you a lot of the stuff we're doing right now. But I did experiment on a few things, and a lot of what I do, and kind of one of the reasons I got into customizing, was I just love trying new things and trying to figure out how people do stuff. And I wanted to start off with this guy. This one, you've seen this pattern before, the Green Bay Packer, and really I use this as a template. But what this is not paint on this car, and you can tell from that sheen, it's a little uneven. It did not work out, but it is an interesting experiment. This is printed vinyl that's been pressed onto the car and then clear coated. And so you could see that it's not an even coat. The vinyl really didn't work as well as I would have liked it to, but some good things came out of it. If you're looking for anything to cover a flat surface on a custom, like a roof, the vinyl really does work pretty well. It's got a thickness to it, and if it has to bend around anything, like you can see here where it bent around those edges, it's going to buckle or fold over on itself. And I tried treating it with heat and some other things, but nothing really seemed to work. It also doesn't sit flush with the car if you have any small kind of indentation or convex concave surfaces. But the printed vinyl is an amazing product. It really printed well, far better than I thought it was. I just expected I'd just see a bunch of ink laying on top of the vinyl. And the ink really bonds with it. There was no smearing in this whatsoever. And I'm pretty rough with the customs when I'm putting them on. I'm not good with delicate at all. And this stuff just held up like armor. No smearing, no nothing. But I would not say this was a success. This one is actually I'm going to rip the vinyl off. We're going to put it back in the paint remover, and we're going to try again. So it was a good experiment. I really am trying to figure out how to do the full body tampos easier than like 4 separate pieces. And I thought vinyl was the answer. So it was not. Next up, we've got this little guy. And it's a CUDA, little AAR CUDA. Waiting for my camera to focus. Nothing really wrong with it. I was playing with the paint colors on this, and I was trying to get a metal flake finish. It's something I like playing around with, is the different layering of paints. But this one is a great example of you really got to pick your colors well. The colors on this are just ugly, and I don't like the pattern. I don't like the colors. I don't think anybody that really wanted their car to be cool would be driving that. I slapped some wheels on just because it was easy to do so. It also does not have an AAR CUDA interior. That is, I believe, a Firebird interior, and I've chopped the front and the back off so that it fits in there. Another thing I tried doing was using frosted paint. That's a black matte finish with a glass frosting on top, and it would have worked well, except it doesn't dry even. You can see there's kind of like a seam running through it there. There, you can see it. And I couldn't get that to not happen unless I just was perfect every time, and I'm not going to be perfect. You can see in the back there's a little seam there in the window where it just didn't dry well. So this one's going back into the dumper. Real good sheen on it. You can tell that acrylic or the enamel on it is really nice, but it didn't come out. Another failure of sorts was this guy. Now, this one probably would have gotten finished up, except I lost his airfoil. And I have no idea where parts go here in my workshop. We either have a rat that's carrying them off and putting it in its nest, or I am going to find a pile of stuff hidden here in my workshop, but stuff just disappears off my work table. Yeah, his airfoil disappeared. I had some others and they didn't really fit very well. It wasn't good enough to actually bother with. But what I was trying to do here on the back, ignore the front for a second, but on the back there's that blue, and what that is, I'm going to reach up here and get it, is this product sprayed over a green metallic. And I wanted to show you this precious metal color. This is blue azure. They had about 20 different colors, everything from golds, blues, greens, reds, coppers. And it's a pretty high quality paint. It's made for graphic art, hobbies and so forth. I got this at Jo-Ann Fabrics, and it wasn't cheap. It was probably about $6. It's acrylic. Let you look at it there. Viva. I got some other colors here too, and I was really happy with the way this came out. You can see here's the green. This is turquoise, but it's got a lot of metal flake in it, and the metal flake, the important part is the metal flake was about the right scale for our cars that we do. So if you're looking for maybe a quick kind of metal flake finish, now this is over the top of gold, so I don't know what it would look like if you just sprayed it on straight, but pretty happy with that product. This was put on with a airbrush, by the way. But anyways, not real happy with the way it came out totally. Here's another one, this Corvette, and I'm going to slowly turn it. My camera is having all sorts of trouble with focusing. But it's got a metal flake in this, and what this coloring is, this was an experiment. This one is a flat black primer with a blue over the top of it, and the blue again was this. So it's and it doesn't have that kind of white sheen that I sometimes get with the cheaper paints. Ignore the bad enamel on it. This one had a vinyl decal on it originally. I ripped it off and started playing with the color, so you can see the side there needs some body work, but that one's gonna get trashed and started over. Next up, and Andrew, you're going to be after this one, okay? Andrew's here with me. Was this guy, and he looks pretty much brand new, and if you're familiar with this is an M2 car. What is this? This is an M2 Mustang. And I had ripped this one apart along with his neighbor, which was a white one. I ripped them apart to do some castings. I cast the engine and the back wheels. And so I had saved the parts but kind of thrown them over in the corner and got back to putting them together. And by cannibalizing the white one here, this is what's left of the white one, I got the red one put together. So I used the white one's base with the original wheels on it. That engine right there, if you are recognizing it, it came from... Whoa! It came from that guy who I did for my good friend Lucas. This was the test car that we were testing out his Hot Wheels Club logos before I sent them to him. He's in Australia. And the car was kind of a throwaway car. I threw on some red, trying yet again to get a decent red. That's a whole different story. But I needed an engine for this guy, and the Skull Crushers. No, that's not Skull Crusher. Bone Crusher. Bone Shaker. Bone Shaker. The Bone Shaker's engine fit in there perfect. It took some fitting. You can see he doesn't have an engine. It's a faux engine top. But yeah, we'll put that in place. Anyways, that one will go into my M2 collection. Okay, Andrew, you want to come over here and talk about yours? So Andrew did some here, or wanted to show you a few. Here, let me get down there so we can see them. What are we looking at there?
A bird, angry bird with sparkles on it.
And how'd we make him?
We painted him.
Yep. And does he have his original wheels? Those are his original wheels, huh? Silver bottom. That's some glitter gold paint on him. Yeah. What about this guy? What did you do to him? You made him while I was over here in the workshop doing something else.
I put different wheels on him.
Yep. I think his wheels we took off or something, huh? And you inherited him. So, different wheels. He's got some super fast wheels on there, I think. He's now part of the super fast collection, Matchbox. All right, last one of yours. What did you do to that guy? He was a throwaway. He was over here in my box, and you grabbed him.
Put different wheels.
Yep. Now he rolls. Probably rolls better than he did originally with those rubber tires.
With different colors.
Yeah. Now he's got his fancy gold and silver 5 spokes on there, huh? So Green Giant's a little more styling. All right. Thank you. Good job with those. Yeah, Andrew helps me out here, and he gets to working over there, and all of a sudden I look over, and he's torn some cars apart and put some wheels on them. This one is nothing just short of a disaster. I'm going to slowly turn it. You can probably see all the issues. It's got a fantastic enamel job on it. It's too bad that it didn't come out. It's got vinyl flames on it. So those are printed vinyl that have been cut out with a plotter and stuck on. And had the vinyl been about 5 times thinner, it would have worked fantastic. As it is, and it probably will show up a little bit better in the video, but the vinyl's a little too thick. I could actually peel those off, even though it's got enamel on it, and the vinyl just won't stick. Again, great product. I think if you wanted to make like small badging or something like that with it, it would work fantastic. But as far as anything bigger than that, it's not going to work. So I'm going to use it for badges, like Ford, Dodge, Chrysler badges. And I think I'm just going to stick with that. The front was just me fooling around. I was trying to make the design work, and it wasn't going to work no matter what I do. So this guy is just, he's junked. He's going in the junk pile. This one is a great example of what happens when you paint things in the wrong order. So I have been trying to get a red color, like a fire engine red, a very cool muscle car red. And I don't have the right reds here to start with. And until I get the right red, I'm not going to get a decent red. I've had some luck spraying on gold and then red over the top. It's kind of like an orangish color. You'll see that here in a second. But this one, I got a little frustrated. I painted it red. I wasn't happy with the red at all. It was just a dead, flat red. And so I painted gold over the top of it. And it looks like it's Santa's truck now. So not going to work. This one's going to get de-painted. And we'll try again. Can always spray black on it. Black and white, you can't go wrong. This one, probably the best result. I just don't like the way it looks. This is vinyl decals, once again. And better use of them. For these stripes down here, they really work well. Now this is a white car. And so I know I'm going to get a bunch of emails telling me to use clear water slides and it'll work fine. Yeah, I know. It will work just fine. I was just trying some different stuff. One thing I've had trouble with water slides, though, is with long, skinny pieces. No matter what I do, I just can't get the water slide to not look torn around the edges on long, skinny pieces. So the vinyl works for that. It's just, you really got to have a flat surface, and I'm probably not going to be able to print enough of them for something like that. The racing stripes on the top, nah, you can see the vinyl's kind of pulling off back here a little bit. So this guy's going to get de-painted. We'll try again with him. Bone Shaker you already saw. These guys were just paint samples. And plus on top of it, I knocked this one over into a pile of something. I think it went into super glue. and wrecked the top of it. So he's going to get depainted. I don't know if you could see it though, but the coloring on this really turned out well. This is a silver, and I'll show you what silver I use. Oh well, now I should have been more prepared. Here we go. I use Wicked Color. I use acrylics, and there you go. So I use Wicked Color silver, and then on top of it, I painted Wicked Color blue. And this is, does it say what kind of blue? Since there are many types of blue, this is Wicked Blue, 0007 Wicked Blue, and mixed with 0351 Wicked Silver. So that gave me that color. It's a really great color. Just don't like it on that car. So, and on to boot, I lost the base of this car anyways. Then don't get mad at me for painting super fast cars. The car was totally destroyed. Here's another super fast car. This one, and it's going to look real dead here, I think. Let me see if I can get some light on this real quick. See if I can get some light. This one has gold resin flake underneath it. There you go. I don't know if you can see that, but it changes color in the light. It goes from a gold to an orange, and it worked really pretty well, except I didn't get it on even, and there's a few little blemishes. They're kind of hard to see. This was originally a Volkswagen Golf. If you're trying to figure out what this car is, it usually has racks on top. I don't know if you could see in there, but it's been filled in with Bondo and sanded down. So this one will eventually make it to be a custom, but it ain't going to be that color. So this one, real interesting. This one, Andrew, can you get me real quickly over there? See that blue can by the bug spray that's right up above the bug spray? Head over there and I'll point you in the right direction. This one has a dip on it. Look up, see the bug spray in the sprayer bottles? That one, that blue can right there. It's called plastic dip, and this is the stuff that you dip your tools in. Here, I'll show you an example. This is what I was using it for. These are my pliers, and the metal on them hurts my hands. I was getting blisters, and so I dipped them in this plastic vinyl covering stuff. And this car rolled over into the stuff, not here on top, but then I noticed it was kind of interesting, and he got his wheels rolled over in it too. And I can almost peel this off the wheels. Well, I can't now. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Rolled over, and I noticed that it would kind of conform to little expanses, like bridge over. So I quickly kind of painted it on this little cargo truck to see if I could get something like a tarp. And well, we're not looking at the successes here, so I'm not going to try and sell you that that worked out great, but it looks better than the other ways I've tried to do it. And I think if I had like a very light mesh laying underneath this, that it would actually work. And I thought for the larger scale modelers, you might want to try this stuff out on, like, if you want your seats to look vinyl in the cars, on larger meshes. It does add a thickness, but not as much as you think. Here's the product. It's that stuff. Plastic dip. You can get it at any Home Depot. It's usually on the end aisle. It's not a high quality thing. It wasn't very expensive. But it really works pretty well for something like that. And I think if I played with it a little bit more, it would work better. I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing. You can see there's a nice hole in it right there. But kind of an interesting new trick. Last but not least is this one, and it's probably safe to say that Andrew's first grade teacher does not watch our channel. She should, but she probably doesn't. She probably has better things to do. And so it's getting near the end of school, and so Andrew made her this this bus. Is there anything you'd like to say about the bus? Who's it for?
My teacher, Mrs. Conan.
It's for Mrs. Conan, his first grade teacher. He's got about 5 more days of first grade here. Then he is done. He has joined the 100-mile club. He ran 100 miles in first grade this year. Very proud of him. Mrs. Conan was his coach. So we made her this school bus, and it's hard to read, and it may not really be one of my best customs. It was pretty much put together pretty quickly, but we've got a little school bus for Mrs. Conan. He's going to take that into school tomorrow and give it to her. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next show. Bye.